So I've seen Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods roughly 4 times now. I've seen it twice in Japanese and twice in English. And I kind of just wanted to give my thoughts on the English side of things because I've already reviewed the movie as a whole in the Japanese sub form, but I've seen it twice in English now. And I just kind of wanted to talk about roughly just my thoughts, not necessarily a review of some of the things regarding the voice acting in the dub and kind of what I think about the dub. Because I feel regarding dubs, first of all, almost every English dub always gets criticized heavily by fans, and nobody ever gives the proper due to a lot of these actors that really go hard. And I think that one of the things about Battle of Gods that definitely people should really know and pay attention to with the English dub, even if you don't get to see it in theaters when it comes to DVD and Blu-ray, is Sean Schimmel's performance as Goku, especially if you compare it to his original performances and everything, even the original DBZ and whatnot. If you compare it to what he does now, especially in this movie, you can see as an actor, he has just gotten incredibly better as far as like not even just playing the voice of Goku, just as an actor. Like there's a lot of the times where especially he goes into God mode, and you know, talking to Sean Schimmel, one of the things he told me is that he really tried to focus on the acting when he was in God mode. So upon my second watching of the movie, I really paid attention to see like what was he trying to tell me regarding, like, you know, he was really acting instead of just, you know, putting on the voice of Goku. It was more like base Goku, but putting more performance into it. And I gotta say that I totally see it, and I really wish that more dubs would get a little bit of people like saying, you know what, oh shit, this is actually pretty good acting, because they really don't. People don't really give English dubs of anime a good, you know, fair shake of saying I really enjoy their performance. And I think his performance as Goku, hands down, in Battle of Gods is the best, even better than the Kai stuff. This is the best I've heard Son Goku in the English dub, period. He has done an incredible job in Battle of Gods. Really certain scenes where like he's talking to Bills and he's telling him, no, this isn't the way I wanted to acquire this power. You can hear it in his voice. It's like, holy shit, you know, you really feel it. So that was one of the things I wanted to note regarding the dub. Another thing is, with the dub, in case you don't know, I believe they're using the voice actress for Bulma from the DBZ Kai version. I think the one for the original DBZ is like, they're just not using her anymore. And while I'm 100% more nostalgic for the original, I mean, you know, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, the Kai actress, I gotta say, as far as just performance-wise, I think that she is a better Bulma. Just being honest. She kind of reminds me, first of all, vocally of the Ocean dub. If you remember the Ocean dub, she kind of sounds a little bit more like her, but just as an actress, she just sounds better, to be honest with you. It's more believable a lot of times when she's saying things, and it kind of meshes well because her voice is a little bit lighter and a little bit less, I guess, angry sounding. So when it goes against Vegeta, while she's still Bulma, so she's still kind of like bossy and shit, it plays very well with Vegeta. Now, as far as Vegeta's performance goes in this one, for the most part, it's Vegeta. I mean, at the end of the day, he sounds a little bit less gravelly and like, oh, you know, I'm the Prince of Earth Saiyans. Why did I do Arnold Schwarzenegger? I don't know. But he ultimately sounds a little bit different as far as like he just doesn't sound as Vegeta, gravelly, angry all the time within his voice. It sounds a little bit more relaxed in this film. One of the things I didn't like that they changed, and it's a very subtle thing, it's nothing, it's really a nitpick, is they changed a line where Goku is introducing himself to Bills. Instead of him saying, hey, I'm Son Goku, which is what he says in Japanese, he says, I'm Sir Goku. I don't know what was the reason of taking out Son Goku, because, I mean, at the end of the day, that's his name. His name is indeed Son Goku. His surname is Son. So, I don't get what was the reason why Funimation took that in particular out. It's his name, you know, and I think the Western audience is more than capable and ready to learn that Goku has a full name. And in retrospect, as far as just the film goes, I think, first of all, I prefer Bills' performance in English. I think Bills and Whis, had they not been in this movie, or had we had different villains, I don't think it would have been nowhere near as awesome as a movie, because I think we've already seen the DBZ cast do incredible things. We've seen them do the greatest fights we'll ever see. We've seen them do the most amazing things. But you add these two characters that easily trump every single person in the cast, even Goku, which the irony of it is like, I never thought I'd see the day where we see a Dragon Ball Z movie where Goku just doesn't beat the shit out of the villain at the end or use Spirit Bomb at the end to defeat the villain. That's one of the most awesome things I think that they did with this film. But Bills and Whis, first of all, again, the voice actor, I think the one that plays Bills is just, he's a riot in the English dub. I mean, he's really good in the Japanese, but hearing the English dub and it being like my native language, I guess I gravitated towards it more, because they just sound like two trolls. It's like, we know we can fuck all of you guys up. You guys stand no chance, and if I want to, I'll blow up the world. I don't give a fuck. But ultimately, like, you have Whis just there chilling, eating parfait, sushi, not giving a fuck. And then, like, you know, his voice sounds really, like, light and trolly and laughy. And then Bills is also just like, give me my pudding, but then at the same time he'll be chill. So I think that those two made the movie 10 times better than what it would have been if we just had like a standard freeze, I'm going to blow up the world, you know, anything like that. They really make the movie, because one of the big things about this movie, which I personally enjoy, is they added more of a lighthearted comedy to it in the midst of gods fighting, and that's a very complicated thing to pull off. It's like, how do you pull off one of the greatest fights you can possibly do while also keeping it funny? And it's because of those two that it went that way, especially just the voice actors. And both the Japanese and dub, they were both awesome, but really listening to the dub and everything, it's just, they have such a playfulness to their voices. And at the same time, especially in particular Bills, Whis never really gets serious, but Bills, he can really take it to the next level when he gets mad. It's like, you ain't giving me pudding, I'm gonna kill everyone! So I really just think that Bills and Whis were just the perfect things for this film and why they made it. And I hope the following of Battle of Gods, you know, Battle of Gods 2, is just as funny. Or I want the action to be a little bit more prevalent, because I think, first of all, as a Dragon Ball Z fan, we love, you know, the action ultimately, but I still want a lot of that comedy as well, because I think Battle of Gods is one of the best things it did as well. And while, you know, criticisms aside, or critics aside, I think for a family movie, because not only was it a good treat for Dragon Ball Z fans, but it was a great family movie. I went first when I was in LA, I was with my cousin, we saw it, he loved it. He's not really an anime fan, he's seen a few anime, but he's not really an anime fan, and he loved the bit that it was basically like, the movie was for everyone. Everyone can enjoy it, from adults that want a little bit more depth to see this character Goku struggle with having to take this power in, but not really wanting it because it's not his own, but then the jokes with Pilaf and stuff. So he liked it, and he's not an anime fan. My niece and nephew, little kids, which I feel, the way I show them anime, because they're like 7 and 5, I feel that anime is such a form that if you just put it in front of kids, it could easily get big as it used to be, because, I mean, they absolutely loved it. It had, you know, the nice comedy moments with Pilaf and them, so little kids can laugh, and even Bills and Whis, while they're gods and they're strong as shit, they can still make you laugh, and that's one of the best things I think this film did, is unlike any other DBZ film where you're just supposed to be at the edge of the seat, like, how are they going to come out on top? This one, it was like, you don't know what's really going to happen while you're watching the movie, and that's a good thing. And I really think that this film, the best thing that it did is, it gives everybody something to take from it. It's not like it's catering either. It's Toriyama, being a jokester, being a troll, but still giving you that DBZ feel. And that's what I loved about this film. Ultimately, English dub, and just as a film as a whole, I know I said I was mainly going to talk about the dub, but then I kind of went off the rails talking more about the film. I mean, I've seen it 4 times. I have a lot to say. Ultimately, it's an awesome film, and the English dub, it is probably the best performances you are going to get from anything English dub Dragon Ball Z thus far in North America. So when it hits DVD and Blu-ray, if you haven't checked it out in theaters, definitely go pick up the Blu-ray, because it's a beautiful film. The English dub is bringing you all your favorite characters, and yeah, it's really one hell of a treat, I'll tell you that much. It's an experience like no other for any Dragon Ball Z fan. But if you went to the theaters and seen it, let me know what you think. If not, are you planning on picking it up? Are you a sub or dub? Let me know why. Be a little bit fair. I think one of the things that I really wanted for anyone to take away from this video is, don't always be like a sub purist or a dub purist. I think you should keep an open mind, because had I not kept an open mind, I wouldn't know half the things I know about Dragon Ball Z. I mean, at the end of the day, not to brag or anything, but they had a Q&A at the movies regarding Dragon Ball Z knowledge, and I was the greatest, and I won a free ticket to watch any movie because I knew the most about Dragon Ball Z. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, you can do so as well. That'd be awesome. I'm FNebWorld, and as always, people, Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, baby. Let's go. So I've seen Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods roughly 4 times now. I've seen it twice in Japanese and twice in English. And I kind of just wanted to give my thoughts on the English side of things, because I've already reviewed the movie as a whole in the Japanese sub form, but I've seen it twice in English now. And I just kind of wanted to talk about roughly just my thoughts, not necessarily a review of some of the things regarding the voice acting in the dub and kind of what I think about the dub. Because I feel regarding dubs, first of all, almost every English dub always gets criticized heavily by fans, and nobody ever gives the proper due to a lot of these actors that really go hard. And I think that one of the things about Battle of Gods that definitely people should really know and pay attention to with the English dub, even if you don't get to see it in theaters when it comes to DVD and Blu-ray, is Sean Schimmel's performance as Goku, especially if you compare it to his original performances and everything, even the original DBZ and whatnot. If you compare it to what he does now, especially in this movie, you can